Let's take a look around a former RAF airbase. It's Silverstone, 3.660 miles, 18 turns, and some of the best corners on the planet. It's Bethlehem for Formula One. This is where it all started in 1950. Get a good exit out of the last corner club, across the line and hurtle down towards turn 1 at Abbey. 8th gear flat out, lift over to 7th, then just coast down towards Farm, back to full throttle. First heavy wheel braking spot down all the way, 3rd gear into Village. Too tight left-handers coming up, the loop as well, which opens up the throttle slightly before a fast attack into Aintree. DRS open as you enter down the Wellington Straight towards Brooklands, reaching maximum RPM as well. Fly the car in 5th gear, control the acceleration as well through Brooklands into Lovefield. Double apex corner as well. Be careful not to make the car slide out as well. And attack through a long sweeping right across the National Start Straight at Woodcote. Next up, it's the fearsome Cops corner. If you can take it flat out, perfect, but don't be afraid to brake and lift down to 7th gear. Attack back to full throttle for the first 2 parts of the Maggots-Beckett's complex. Flat out before lifting slightly as well, 7th gear. Beckett's requires quite a lot of braking as well, down to 5th gear as you attack onto Chapel now. Open up the DRS once again and down the Hanger Straight. Once again, the engine is singing as you head down towards Stowe, named because of the Stowe School just behind the grandstand. Flick the car in, 5th gear corner as well. Down the slight crest, down towards the pit lane entrance, in towards the Vale chicane. Brake at 70 metres into 3rd gear, flick the car into the left, then the right. It becomes double almost apex because it leads into Club at turn 18, across the control line, and that is a lap of Silverstone. It all begins here then, a former RAF airbase. Welcome to Silverstone for FIA Formula 3's 6th round of the 2023 campaign. The green light is on, we are underway. The famous Silverstone wing, the start-finish straight, now the Hamilton Straight, in towards Abbey, then into Farm Curve, into Village, the Loop, Aintree, the Wellington Straight, Brooklands, into Luffield, Woodcote, Copse, Maggots, Beckett, Chapel, Hanger Straight, down in towards Stowe Corner, the Vale Chicane, and then Club the last corner. 18 of the best corners in the world, and the extensive weekend begins here. Welcome up to the commentary box. The green light is on. The session is underway. Alongside me in the commentary box is Omi as well. Beautiful blue sky, sunshine as well, Omi. Just what we like to see as we get going here at Silverstone. Good morning to you, I should say.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Obviously, Silverstone, one of the best races every single year in Formula One. Obviously, where Formula One all began. Really looking forward to Formula 3. Weather can play a part. It's kind of like it's basically kind of like we've had for the last few rounds. That weather can play a part in all of these races. Obviously, it's dry on the Friday so far, but it can change into the Saturday and Sunday.
Absolutely, it can. It's getting rid of a spider from the commentary box webs as well, areas. It's always nice to see early on in the morning the amount of things that are... Oh, there's two massive spiders as well. I love this commentary box. There's spiders everywhere these days. We need to have a spring clean. It's not just me, though. Jess is trackside, and she'll be giving us all the information at JB Motorsports YT on Twitter. She's out there right now watching the Formula 3 session. She managed to get there in time, which was brilliant news as well. She was worried that she might not get there in time for Formula 3, but she is there. Synth will be joining us later on in the weekend. We've also got shows throughout the weekend. We are effectively live now until 5 p.m. with several shows throughout the day. After this, we have the Formula 2 practice session. Then at 11 a.m. British Summer Time, Trackside Live, which is me, Omi, and Megan talking about Formula 1 up here in the commentary box areas. But Jess will be trackside, and she'll join the Discord call, and she'll go out and find all the important factors on what she needs to talk about, and in the fan zone as well, and get all the areas she needs. So we're going to have that 3 times this weekend. On Sunday, for the Formula 1 Grand Prix, we are going to be on air 2 hours before the start of the race. So 1 p.m. will be live, our normal time for a European race. The race starts at 3 British Summer Time as well. And we'll be taking a look at all of that throughout the action as Dino Beganovic coming in. But we did get news. Hunter Yarni will not be taking part in the remainder of this weekend. So he is not going to be here. His time in Formula 3 has come to an end for this season. So just having a quick look down the list who they've replaced him with quite quickly. We saw, of course, Mackenzie Cresswell is there. He joined last weekend. It's Maxwell Erneston who's replaced Hunter Yarni. Go on, Omi.
Yeah, it is him, but... Yeah, it's going to be very exciting, and maybe, and obviously we have a lot of shows on the first channel, but maybe in the night, if Josh gives me the lock-in to the second channel, then maybe I can do something on there, so keep an eye on that channel as well.
Yes, JB Motorsports 2, where all the punditry team just sort of goes to relax and hang out as well, and we'll give you the codes straight away, Omi, as well. I thought we already did. Send me your Gmail, and I'll get that sorted across this weekend as well.
Right.
I love how... Is that information on your wall from last week? Because let's be fair, I've still got information from last week as well. I've not yet printed the new stuff out.
Well, I've got the Austria track map up there, so I guess...
Yeah, same thing. Finally, I get some good messages coming through. Mackenzie Cresswell going to the top. This is the championship standings then. Bortoletto's on 111 points. Marty Beganovic are on 75. O'Sullivan is on 73. 65 for Mini are on. Colapinto on 60. Saucy's on 49 as well as they come through. Here's Sophia Flörsch then. And I must say, well done to Sophia Flörsch for getting her first ever World Championship points in Formula 3 last time out of the Austrian Grand Prix. And shame on the FIA for disqualifying her from that first ever points. It was announced post-race that Sophia has lost her 9th position that she gained at the Austrian Grand Prix in the feature race due to tyre pressure irregularities. So that is definitely annoying. We're going to have multiple monitors up here in the commentary box as well this weekend. Across the Formula 1, it's also live on Channel 4 here in the UK. So we are going to be experiencing that. But I've got some bad news for you, Omi. Alex Jakes isn't commentating F1 TV this weekend. He's only commentating on Channel 4. Yeah, Ben Edwards, I believe, is stepping into the commentary box for F1 TV. Although that's not confirmed. That's what I've been told might be happening.
Oh, well, I'll have to have a heart attack then. Okay.
Yes, I was thinking
well, yeah. Well, he's not on the. Well, he's not on F2, which I thought he would because he's obviously been doing all 3 sessions. So.
I know it's a weird one. As to what I think it's because he's only on Channel 4, but I don't think F1 TV are going to like that. So we'll see how that goes in the future. But still, Ben Edwards back for British Grand Prix. That's the rumour I've heard as well. And Jess is at Luffield. She's just texting us right now. I've just seen.
Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't mind Ben Edwards also being there, but I'm definitely gonna have to be recording the Channel 4 race to my computer because I just keep rewatching it, so I can't do all the highlights. I'm just gonna have to download it and just have it there then.
Absolutely, as we see Sophia Flörsch now as well. What's she done coming into Copse Corner? So Jess is down at Luffield. We're going to try and get TweetDeck. We haven't got TweetDeck open for the main reason that everyone knows exactly what my feelings on this are. But we have got the JB Motorsports Twitter, which is good on the laptop. So at least we're going to have something this weekend, because TweetDeck is going behind a paywall. And with the refresh limit at the moment, there's no point in spending the money and using TweetDeck when it's going to go after a couple of sections of Twitter. So the commentary tab has replaced it this weekend permanently. You can see it's sort of ticking down, and the more and more messages go through, the more and more that screen will get black until it meets the FIA race control messages. So not a big change, but just Elon Musk being Elon Musk. But I must say, have you got Threads, Omi? I think you have, haven't you? I think you like to tweet. Did you get it? Threads, it was the Twitter rival. It's already so much nicer. Yeah.
No, I haven't got it. But also, quickly on Sophia Flörsch. Yeah, also, shame on PHM as well for that. Disappointing, wasn't it?
It's so annoying. I honestly cannot believe what happened there with the FIA stewards. It's not just bone idle. It's a bit ridiculous to keep doing that. So Jess is at Luffield, and I think she's got some information for us right now. Trying to get the tabs open to work. We'll just go to the back of the screen quick with the first times of the ball. So at least you can see those lap times while I try and get Jess's Twitter information up that she's very kindly shared with us up here in the comms box. You're going to like this, by the way, when we eventually get it sorted, how it all looks and works around. So at JB Motorsports on Twitter, that's the key for getting in touch with us throughout the weekend. That's how you can join us throughout all of the sessions. As we see already, drivers on their banker lap times, not wanting to lose out on any of the possible, I don't want to say best of the track conditions, do I? But it's getting there that this weekend it's going to be so crucial, the amount of track temperature room we get.
Yeah, I'm also checking now about what's happening with all of the commentary.
Nice. Because I cannot find out if it is true or not, what I heard. I hope it's not.
Who told you? Who told you that?
I can't say. It's a certain F1 journalist who is in the paddock this weekend, who has made a return. Not Jenny Gow, but somebody else. Nice to hear, by the way, Jenny Gow was here this weekend. Back, finally. Jenny, our full support with you. We cannot wait to have you back permanently in the F1 paddock, and just stay safe and continue your remarkable recovery. Jenny Gow, who had a stroke 6 months ago over the Christmas period and has returned this weekend. She's done a wonderful interview with Sir Lewis Hamilton as well, so if you haven't already seen it, definitely go and take a listen on the BBC Radio 5 Live Sports Extra podcast. So just waiting to come through. So we're just trying to get this all working. Actually, it's quite difficult to get it open. I think we're going to have the yellow at the moment, so we'll just have a look, see if this one works. And then hide the transition. So, first lap time's on then. What have you made then, Omi, of Formula 3 so far this year? I think we had a classic last time out, but I'm hoping we're going to have just a bigger classic here, because we do deserve some great racing. I think Formula 3 delivered the best ones last time out.
Yeah, actually the last 2 rounds actually I think have been good. Spain and obviously Austria. But other than that, I pretty much didn't enjoy the Formula 3 season too much.
Yeah.
I think last season was a tiny bit better. There was action every single race. I personally think that Formula 2 got the edge over Formula 3 so far this season. Last year was the opposite. So, yeah, but Formula 2 has really been delivering this season. So, yeah.
Here is Jess, by the way, trackside, if anybody wanted to see it as well, with our new graphics coming in. I quite like that one. We might make that permanent. So there is Jess. She is trackside at Luffield with the images of the cars, looking absolutely fantastic, I might add as well, that circuit. Beautiful sunshine, and I think Jess had a brilliant idea of Sophia Flörsch running off the track there after a lock-up at turn number 8 on the circuit. Franco Colapinto is the fastest on a 1:47.099 from Oliver Goethe, Nicola Tusolo, Sebastian Montoya, Sophia Flörsch taking up in 5th positions as things stand. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the weekend. I do like that animation, I think. Now that might become a new animation that we use to move things around. I quite like that spacey effect as well. But yeah, Jesse's trackside, so we'll hear from her throughout the weekend. And most of it eventually coming up at 11. 32 minutes of the session to go then. Yep, Franco Colapinto still the fastest. As we're on board now with Jose Maria Marti. Great result last time out, I think, for Marti, although lost it in the feature.
Yep, Marty did. But yeah, just like last week, time to bring in some topics to talk about now. Quietening down a tiny bit on the like there's the laps. Well, Formula One calendar. Josh, what's your thoughts on that? Because I've obviously seen you chat about it, but I haven't seen you. Obviously, we haven't talked about it because we haven't been in the comments box together since last week.
You've taken the topic that we were going to use for the F1 Live, the trackside bit as well. Well, all I will say on it is that I think it's too long. Because adding up all the races across every series, it's coming up to 500 races next year, which is great for the YouTube channel, but not great for me, who is trying to commentate on at least 490 of them. It's going to be absolutely insane. Plus, that's just races. If we count all the sessions that we have, next year it's closer to 1,000. That's insane. 1,000 YouTube streams in a year. Just think about that. 365 days, we're doing 1,000 YouTube streams in a year. And yet we're still not, hitting top marks. It's bizarre, isn't it? Because that's a lot of the year spent. I reckon I spend more of my year in this commentary box than anywhere else in the world. I think even my room must do that. I'm in here so much in this commentary box, looking at one screen with glasses. And I swear I need new glasses as well. So it's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't situations, I suppose. But Gregoire Saucy down in towards the braking zone for turn 6. This is into Brooklands, past the BRDC clubhouse, which I'm remarkably glad to say, despite the very true, not April Fool's truth, that they were going to move, they were going to demolish the clubhouse, rebuild it 1 centimetre to the right. It is not going to happen now. So the BRDC clubhouse is staying exactly the same, which is brilliant news going forward. Gregoire Saucy round Cops Corner into Maggots and Beckett's at turns 10 and 11. Then you come in there. Maggots is the right left. Then we go into Beckett's here. And then through into Chapel, which is the kink coming onto the Hangar Straight. DRS Open mid-corner, which has been extended this year from what it was last year. So it's going to give a longer run down the Hangar Straight in towards Stowe Corner. A few lap times being deleted by the stewards, which was predicted with 30 minutes to go. Still a 1:47.0099, so 1:47.099 for Colapinto. He's faster. Oliver Goeth now. How do you pronounce his last name? That's the thing I need to find out as well.
Well, Chris McCarthy pronounces it like Oli Goethe. But
Goethe.
Josh had a go at me. But Josh had a go at me for saying that.
Yeah, I said Goleth because it's go left. So it's Goleth. But,
when I used to commentate for fun, so when I used to commentate for fun, I was just like, Ollie Goat.
Yeah, Ollie Goat.
No one's listening.
Yeah.
So just.
It's really hard, isn't it, to do that? Mansell top, now Browning top, Colapinto in P2. So Browning with a 1:46.493 has taken the top honours. I just must tweet out that link while we're here up in the comment box as well, for the F3 practice session, because Jess is trackside, but we've got to have people knowing that we're live here as well. As Bortoletto comes down the Hangar Straight in towards Maggots and Beckett's. I want to say good morning to Dio Nat who said, "Morning, guys. Hope you are well." I'm well. Omi, are you well?
Except the heart attacks I've had from mics and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
good.
you're on your headset still, so you haven't got. Is your handheld still not working?
It worked for a second and then decided to go again.
I wonder what's
I
going
got
on.
very
with that.
excited.
Oh, I've got to find out what's going on with that. Paulo on a 147.260 goes 10th fastest. Jose Miramati second. Dina Boganovic goes into third. Luke Browning, though, still got top honours here at the track. As we see Esterton going through. It's Esterson as well, by the way. That's how you pronounce his name, Esterson. Coming in as well, the American driver in the 21 for the Rodin Carlin. Hunter Yarni being out of the session. Does it come through? What other topics have you got for us then? Anything else, Omi, that you've got to talk about from Formula 3 the past couple of weeks, or Formula 1, or any other motorsport series?
Well, Formula 1 wise, also we have the Brad Pitt thing going on, don't we, this week?
That is true. The
Yeah,
Apex Racing. What do you make of that?
Well, from what I've heard, it's not in a live session, so I guess, okay, do what you want.
2 seconds. I'm just hearing something from the commentary box from Alex.
On the curve, on the exit, and great slow-mo shots as we can see just what that's doing to the cars underneath. Here we see Paul Aron, winner at Red Bull Ring, taking curb on the inside there, and just unsettling the front end for him slightly. The Mercedes Junior pushing very, very hard as now we see Leo Fornaroli.
Well, we don't want to hear from Chris. I was hearing something from Alex I wanted to hear, but as always, it never happens when we need to hear it up in the comms box. Fornaroli coming through. Look at the speed track. That's a nice little graphic there. 168 miles an hour for O'Sullivan. Farah 166. Oliver Gray 165. So they are hitting some serious speeds, and the speed trap location is down the Hangar Straight with the DRS zones. That's quite fun.
Yeah, great graphic. They have to tell us the different speeds, but yeah, what's your opinion on it, Josh?
The Apex movie, dangerous to put him out there. I don't know. I've heard conflicting rumours that Brad Pitt was given a super license so that he can drive this weekend, and he's gone through all the tests, which, we're going to get a flag, by the way. That might be true, but I've also heard that it's going to be another driver out there on the circuit. This yellow flag is because of an accident for car 7 of Kalen Frederick. It's a 2-car pileup. This will have to be a red flag. 1 car with, that's their number 3 involved in there too. So that is going to be, looking at my timer screen, Zach O'Sullivan, yeah. Where's the red flag? We've got a car stationary in the middle of the Vale. He's going to swing it round, so Sullivan might be okay. But we've got Kalen Frederick with no front wing. He's managed to cut back over into the pit lane. Now, that's a very cheeky way to get into the cutback there. It's quite clever. But there is debris at the track, but Frederick into the pit lane there with no front right wheel.
Yep, not what he wants at all. So, in he comes. I think that'll be it for his session. You're not going to be able to sort that one out that quick. But we are still under green because both cars have been able to get out of there. But let's hope we get a replay because it's going to be interesting. See, it looks like it's going to be contact.
Here we go. So, they're slowing down. And look at that. We're going to have lock-up from Kalen Frederick, and he's going to sideswipe Zach O'Sullivan. That's exactly what happened last year in Formula 2 without the sausage curve. You can't be allowed to just dance around on the racing line.
There's so many cars there. And Sullivan just waiting to start his lap and steaming in. Will come Frederick on a big lap. He locks up and he's just, yep. So very unfortunate. And yeah, and yeah, as you said, exactly what happened in Formula 2. But obviously, so yeah, just a big lockup because cars everywhere. And then with the lockup, trying to avoid, but obviously he was gonna hit one car with them all together. So it was Sullivan.
Brad says, hi, why aren't you guys at Silverstone? If you've got a spare £2,500 to get everyone to Silverstone, let me know. No, Jess is trackside. I'm in the commentary box, and Jess is trackside for us. Look. Let's open up the proof that we are actually there in some capacity. There's Jess on the JB Motorsports Twitter. Race control, incident involving Sullivan and Frederick, no to causing collision. So Jess is trackside, and I do implore you, join us at 11 a.m. British Summer Time, because we are going to be trackside live. So Jess is going to go around all the fan areas, and there's going to be Pirelli hot laps as well. Me, Omi and Megan are going to be talking about Formula One and doing a podcast. But at 11 a.m. British Summer Time today, trackside live. We'll do that on Saturday as well. That's at 10:15 for I think half an hour, 45 minutes. And then on Sunday at 11 again for half an hour, trackside live. So just a little bit of things to make you go there. And Jess will join us in the pre-show on Sunday as well. We'll hear from the drivers on the track parade. We'll have Channel 4's commentary as well with their interviews as well as Sky's. So this basically becomes the holy grail of where to come for Motorsport Watch Along coverage this weekend. So Brad's going on Sunday. Fantastic. I would have gone. I would have loved to have gone. But it is quite expensive, and also leaving anybody else in charge of the commentary box is an alarming thing, especially at the British Grand Prix. If it was anything else, I'd go, but not for the British Grand Prix. How is she going to get phone signal for that? She's got phone signal. Oh, hello. That's the debris of Ken and Frederick and Zach O'Sullivan down at Vale. That needs to be picked up. Surprised we had a virtual safety car for that. How is she going to get the phone signal for that? Silverstone does have phone signal. I've done lives there before with it, and it's okay. And Jess is all set up with signals and everything, so that's good. Paid 160 for general admission on Sunday. That's brilliant. Well done. That's not bad actually for Silverstone. 160 to get there. Still,
well, I'm going to Silverstone later on this year, as Josh, you would know.
You're going to the touring cars, aren't you? So that's going to be a lot of fun. How many tracks have that?
Maybe.
Yes, Josh T might be there. So, like, two different areas of the commentary box. I, on them all the time, I'm trying to have a look at not kill, if that's an option.
We're leaving Josh here, and me and Josh are running off.
Well, as I'll leave you two in the box, and I'll run off to Scotland to do not kill for touring cars, if it's possible. That's the question. But also, this month, it's incredibly difficult with everything going on. And also, another reason I'm not at the Silverstone this year was, of course, this weekend was supposed to be a direct clash with MotoGP, the Kazakhstan Grand Prix, and that got cancelled quite late. It only got cancelled, I think, in April, Kazakhstan. So there wasn't enough time to get the tickets available and all the media accreditation that we'd have to do to get there. So we've got a virtual safety car. So virtual safety car has indeed been deployed to pick that debris up out on the circuit, which I thought it might do. So, yeah. But I'd rather go and have media accreditation, because the last time I went to a circuit without any having media accreditation as well, didn't end well. Didn't end well. Even Spain, we had media accreditation, we still got in trouble for that. That was annoying. Marshall, brave British Marshall, running out onto the track there to pick up that big bit of front wing, actually, Omi, is on the racing line.
Yep, it is. And you don't really want to be running over that, as the Marshal takes it away from the circuit, and we should be going back to green, black conditions. But you can see, brave Marshal has the
100-meter sprint.
Yeah, sprinting along, more running than I've done this whole year. Oh, because I'm in this room all the time, so... I do jump around in this room sometimes, so...
Look at that! They're giving him a run there as well, and the fan is giving him a big cheer as well. Well done, as we look at Carl Collette coming through. Emergency safety car has got ended. We've gone back to green. This is Carl Collette, exit of Cops Corner, running off the track, and I think he's going to kick up some debris as well. Look to the rear left diffuser, I'm being told in my ear. Yeah, oh, scraping on the floor there, I mean, a lot of... carbon fibre getting brought up for that.
Yeah, so Josh, what do you think of the touring car national circuit here at Silverstone? Do you think it works well? What am I expecting? Is it going to be good racing or not?
It's some of the best racing we see all year in the touring cars at the Silverstone National Circuit. We saw last night actually in EERC how good racing can be on the short track. We were supposed to use the international circuit. We were supposed to come here twice. Once to the national, once to the international. But that hasn't happened. And there are some grumblings around the paddock that the British Touring Car Championship might come back for a special round of the championship to make it as part of the British Grand Prix. So we have loads of motorsport on this weekend. However, also a factor, this circuit here at Silverstone is also being looked at for MotoGP and Formula One's dual weekend, because the British Grand Prix is one of the few venues on the calendar that shares exactly the same track. And with that, that is, of course, Red Bull. Well, no, they don't anymore, Red Bull in Austria, do they? They've changed. So it's Silverstone, Kota, and Barcelona, and Qatar is the venue. And Qatar's actually got a new pit strip with more garages, so that's being looked at as a possibility as well. But I don't know.
Would be interesting.
I think a MotoGP Formula One British Grand Prix combo would be fantastic, personally. I would actually love it, because that means how busy, how busy were we going to be across that weekend? But I don't know. One part of me saying it's going to be absolutely brilliant to have MotoGP here alongside Formula One, but also another part of me saying that that's going to be too much, because MotoGP has MotoGP 2, 3, and Moto E. Formula One has Formula 1, 2, 3, and Porsches. We'd have to start at 7 a.m. and end at around about 8 p.m. So it's like a 13-hour day to get everything sorted. It's possible, it's doable, and I'd really like to see it happen. But I don't know if the tracks can accommodate all those series together. It'd be like Goodwood. But I think that's a good idea, isn't it? Goodwood does it.
Yeah.
And they're much smaller. So I think if Silverstone can pull it off, it's here. It's a big enough track. There's multiple paddock areas as well. There's 2 paddocks plus another paddock where the Moto E's could go. So there's loads of room here. And MotoGP are now using the international start-finish straight. So it's perfect. Let's do it. Let's have MotoGP here alongside Formula One for the weekend. I think it'll be absolutely fantastic.
Yep. Also, I have been able to think of some topics.
Oh, good.
Austria gravel.
Yes.
I've heard it's been added.
Yes, 9 and 10. So,
Yeah.
Jochen Rindt and Red Bull Mobile, they rang up MotoGP and said, is it okay if we put gravel here? And they said, yep, fine, safe for our riders too. That's going to be the new solution to track limits at that part of the track.
Is it going to be a bit like Belgium's La Source, where the gravel's like glued up to the curve?
Yes. That's basically how it's going to happen. Effectively, it's going to be glued to the track, but it has to be loose enough for the MotoGP riders still. So it's a bit like that, because that's where the solution came from. But also, Spa has been modified to bring MotoGP to the track in 2024. So that's, to be fair, I think that's a stupid idea, because Air Rouge is going to be very dangerous for motorcycles. If it's dangerous for F1 cars and Formula cars, it's going to be dangerous for motorcycles. But that's the rumour.
There's no way. There's no way they can go there. No, come on. They can't.
Well, they do the 24 hours of Spa as well for motorcycles, and the motorcycles do race there. But it's a question of, with MotoGP this year, if anybody crashes at that part of the track, it's going to be death. And that's a question of health and safety. It's like, do you really want to do that? Because there's not a lot of runoff there at Air Rouge for motorcycle racing these days.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but if it does happen at Spa, I'll sort of be watching through my fingers as well, saying, what is going on? Let's hope nobody crashes.
Yeah.
As they swing through.
And move the balance.
Yeah, so I think Alex Brundle's trackside in the F1 TV commentary box, and I've got no idea who's in the commentary box this weekend for that. I have zero idea. I don't know if F1 TV are taking Channel 4's commentary. I don't know if we're seeing F1 TV having Ben Edwards back. I have no idea. We'll find out in practice 1, because Omi can listen to the commentary feed as well, so we'll find out.
It's basically an absolute mess. The only thing we know is about Formula 2 and Formula 3, but also I've heard that Alex Brundle might be part of the F1 TV team.
Yeah.
It's really, really chaotic. And then if Channel 4 are doing their separate commentary with Alex James, does that mean Mark Webber comes back? It's just pretty much a mess. It's just a mess. Absolute mess. So many questions.
All I know is that up in the commentary box, from what I've seen from Alex Jakes' Instagram, is Alex and DC headset mic and a guest microphone. So it doesn't say Jolien or anything like that. And Jolien is actually with BBC Radio 5 Live this weekend. James Hinchcliffe is there. So I've no idea. I think in the F1 TV commentary box, it's Ben Edwards alongside Alex Brundle and James Hinchcliffe. I think that's the commentary lineup. And on Channel 4, it's Mark Webber, David Coulthard, and Alex Jakes, which I think is bizarre.
I would have loved to have Alex Brundle and Alex Jakes on the F1 broadcast together.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Maybe it will be. Maybe Alex is going to go up to the commentary box alongside. But why bring James Hinchcliffe all the way from America and not put him in the F1 TV commentary box? So,
Well,
it's confusing.
well, yeah, IndyCar's clashing a tiny bit less now, I think, for
Yeah.
the next few races. So more James Hinchcliffe, which is good.
I think that's a perfect idea because James Hinchcliffe is a brilliant broadcaster. I remember when he first started, actually, he crashed out at the Texas 600. And then 6 months later, we went back to that circuit to finish the race in the longest red flag in history. And he turned up as a media representative because he was already out the race. So he was in the pit lane doing the media. And he enjoyed it so much, they brought him up to the commentary box to replace Paul Tracy on IndyCar. And it's worked ever since. He's been brilliant. Cars come out of the pit lane. Luke Browning is top, 145.946. Gabriel Bortoletto, our championship leader, is second, 146.075. Jose Maria Marti in third. Gabriel Mini fourth. Dino Beganovic is fifth. Zach O'Sullivan sixth. Leonardo Ferraroli is seventh. Greg Valsorsi eighth. Franco Colapinto ninth. Christian Mansell has the 10th position. Go on.
Right, okay, we figured out something. I figured out something. Alex Brundle is not going to be in the commentary. He's just doing a bit of programming. So that's one thing figured at least. And I'll keep on the case if I figure out more.
Right, do you know what that's telling me? That's telling me that we're going to have the guest in the Channel 4 commentary box is going to be James Hinchcliffe. So that's telling me that F1 TV are taking Channel 4's commentary. That's what that's telling me. Because they would have announced it by now that Ben Edwards takes over commentary this weekend or something. They would have said that. And they would have said it earlier in the year. But why has Alex stepped away from F2? That's what I want to know. Because I don't know. There's no reason for him to do anything. It's confusing trying to work out the F1 TV commentaries. And the reason we're confused to try and work it out is because kind of need to know working it out, because if we need to throw down to any of them, we need to know who it is so we sound professional. And we haven't been I haven't been told. All I've been told is that Ben Edwards is around. But Ben's always at Silverstone, so I have no idea. I thought, hopeless.
And you also need me to know, because you've got an Alex Jakes fan in here, so...
Yes. I did message Alex, by the way. He has seen it and has not replied yet, so come on, Alex, don't leave me on red as well.
Brundle or Jakes?
Jakes, I messaged him on Insta. If he's not allowed to say just yet. Or something, I don't know.
Not.
But we'll find out shortly. But,
I mean, everyone's just been asking him on Twitter as well, but he has not responded to any of them, so I have a feeling he might not be allowed to say anything or something.
Maybe he is there, and everyone's just going like, well, what are you talking about? Of course I'm there. Oh, then again, he did put out a tweet, didn't he, saying, looking forward to calling another British Grand Prix for Channel 4 and Whisper TV, not F1 TV.
Yeah, it's honestly so hard, but like, because he could just be tweeting that, because obviously he's doing it live, obviously, so
yes.
It's just confusing.
As far as I'm aware, Ben Edwards will be in the commentary box, so we'll find out. I hope it's normality, because otherwise that's just too confusing to keep changing year on and year out. And that means F1 TV doesn't have Alex Jakes for the Grand Prix, and they have to change commentators again, and it just doesn't work. Then yeah, it's not the first time Ben Edwards would have stepped in for Alex Jakes. He did so at the 2021 Austrian Grand Prix and the Styrian Grand Prix qualifying.
Yeah, personally though, I'd say what I was thinking would be that Channel 4 obviously do their own presenting and all of that thing, but then F1 TV and Channel 4 just throw down to commentary for Alex Jakes.
That's
then
maybe
maybe Alex can just do another line like hello to all the viewers on Channel 4 as well, kind of like how Sky Sports were doing it in 2021.
There doesn't need to be, I agree with you there. There doesn't need to be this mess to try and work things around. I'm literally looking at it now, and I'm reading it. It says Alex, DC, and then guest. And they haven't got their big blue headset things. They've got normal headset.
Could it be Jamie Chadwick? He's joining the broadcast. She's joining the broadcasting team of Channel 4 this weekend.
Could be Jamie. Like Jamie in the commentary box for practice. No, yeah, that could be up there. But I don't know. It makes no sense, and I want it to make sense because it's bugging me.
Well, all we know is when we turn on the television, when we all put on Channel 4 today, Alex Yates will be on there. But what's going on with F1 TV? That's the only thing we need to know.
Yeah, and we'll find out because we'll hear from everyone in the pit lane. Again, Channel 4 don't have the restrictions this weekend that Sky put on them. They can do whatever they like. Oh, Marty getting a slide and goes off the track, coming through a stow. So yeah, I hope you're all enjoying early morning commentator chat because we've got no idea what's happening, and usually we do, and it's there's quite a buzz around everything at the moment. It's like, whoa, what's going on? Who's on the world feed? Because don't forget, the world feed is what you hear on YouTube in the highlights. They're who you are hearing. So we kind of need to know who's doing the broadcast as well. So it's quite confusing. The only thing I do know is the fact is that Channel 4 are only doing 5-minute build-ups to the practice sessions. Does that mean that it's going to throw over to the commentary box at the start of the session? I don't know.
Yeah, it is really hard to see. We're just currently looking in with Marty first of all, and then I'll talk a bit more about that. But let's see, he's just gonna have a bit of a snap off the road. They're rejoining perfectly for him. But the only problem could be obviously Channel 4 might want to do their own kind of pit lane stuff, and then F1 TV might want to do their own. So like it's a bit of a clash there, and yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be hard because then who does Alex throw down to? Like, I don't think Alex is gonna throw down to one and then throw down to the other, and
The only thing I can think of is that they should team up, just do a complete team up, and the Channel 4 team becomes part of the F1 TV team this weekend, and that's it. That's how it should be done.
And then we can maybe rotate people in the commentary.
Yes. Give Alex a session off. Put someone else up there for a practice session. Give Alex some time off. However, this is actually the latest we've ever started a British Grand Prix weekend, you know. It's 3 o'clock where lights out, but practice at 12:30. Usually practice in the morning. It's really strange stuff, but we'll be live. So yeah, everything looks like it's ready to go, which is the important thing up here in the box this weekend.
The only commentary we do know is us.
That is true. Well, USON take our feed.
Do they know?
Yeah.
Oh, right, brilliant.
Yellow flags out on the track somewhere. So what's happened there?
Green flag.
Yep, okay. That went away quite quickly.
Very cool, yeah.
It was sector 1 where that was, so someone's just probably run off the track at the first corner. Coming through to Farm Curve, somewhere along those lines. But yeah, nice to see Jess is trackside. Hopefully she's not being deafened by the cars. We did equip her with, literally, because of her phone, we were going to send her an iRig and a microphone, like mine up here in the commentary box. We're going to send her one of those. But her phone has the wrong connector. Her phone has a USB-C connector. Cue me on Monday going through everything to try and find, as Taylor Barnard's had his laptop deleted. Yeah, cue me on Monday trying to find a USB earphone and mic. And we found one. We found a Samsung. A Samsung ARG, something like that. So one of the best ones on the market. Sent her the link. Got them ordered, and she now has equipped with earphones with a stunning mic, she said yesterday. So we'll be able to hear her quickly enough throughout the weekend as well. Because she's not interviewing anyone, she's just going out there doing some things. Bogdanovich is the reason for the yellow, going off at the loop, turn 4 for entry at 5, so this has to rejoin the track over the bumps.
Also, obviously, when, the FIA are kind of planning to do the red flag stuff again, but wasn't it already done about earlier on this year or last year? About the lap time deleted for causing red flags or some kind of stuff like that. But I'm confused because I've heard of that. Like I've heard of that many times before. That was said that they introduced that before, but we haven't seen it this season, and now they're talking about introducing it. So like, I'm like, what?
I've said it before. If you cause a red flag in a qualifying session, you should lose your fastest time. That's simple as. It's a fair system because otherwise, what's the deterrent for causing a red flag?
Yeah. Also, I saw on Twitter the other day, you talking about the wheel arches. Was it wheel arches for the race?
Yes,
yeah.
they're testing qualifying practice.
Yeah, and basically, They talked about it earlier, didn't they? I remember them planning to introduce it around midway through the season. So it seems like everyone at JB Motorsports has a clue, but all the other people on Twitter don't have a clue.
No, and was it fastest pit stop? Something like that? Who tweeted that? Yeah, I got really annoyed actually because they said they said it was in response to Delano's death, and I got really angry at that because it wasn't. This the wheel covers at the back to minimise the spray on Formula One cars. That was brought up after last year's Japanese Grand Prix, and they've been in development ever since. And they've taken now. They were always going to test it here at Silverstone. It was always going to be here that we were going to have the test, and they're looking to be made mandatory going forward. So all this rubbish about, the FIA have brought an emergency solution after Delano's death due to rain. It's rubbish. It's utter rubbish. And I tweeted them, it's incorrect. Please change that. They haven't, but whatever gets them clickbait, I suppose. It is not.
Yeah.
Those wheel covers were already in development for Formula One and had nothing to do with Delano. And I find it very disrespectful that they're using Delano's crash and his name to get views and clickbait. I hate that. Absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
It's not what it was. This solution for Formula One only, by the way, F1 only, was always in the works of the Japanese Grand Prix. So I hate it. I hate that you say that. It's nothing to do with anyone else.
And also referring to Delano's crash, it really can't help too much with that though, because I was just planning to reduce a bit of spray so we can go racing more. But obviously, it doesn't really help with a car losing it through erosion, that happening. Maybe it can reduce the spray, less chance of aquaplaning, but other than that, it might not help too much.
There's more chance of aquaplaning actually with these rear covers. That's what I don't understand, because the wet tyres are designed to get rid of 60 litres of water per second. That's how much it is, and that's why the spray's so high. But they are going to be covering the rear tyres, which means that there's going to be more water oscillating on the rear tyres, which means the rear tyres aren't going to be getting rid of 60 litres. They're only going to get rid of about 30, and they're going to be bunked up with an extra load of it in the wheel arches. So it's effectively like putting a rudder on the car. It's going to go whoop. So I don't know how it's going to work, but I don't like the idea of having the spray on them, because I think it's a recipe for disaster. If anything, the guard should be on the front tyres to minimise driver visibility for the front, not the back. So it's weird. Yellow flag, by the way, set to on as we go green again. But but those wheel covers are already coming into test, and they will be tested this weekend as well, despite the fact that we've got beautiful sunshine today. It's due to be rainy across this weekend. We looked at the weather forecast, thunderstorms Friday, thunder and lightning on Saturday. Sunday, it's going to be raining as well, but it's dry today. Track temperature at 25 degrees, air temperature 19.8. It's looking brilliant as Mansell goes 10th, with checkered flag now out in the session. So it looks great.
Yeah, I've just seen on Twitter. Great to have Jenny Gav back. I think she's just finished speaking to Lewis Hamilton.
Yes.
I think it'll go on 5 Live maybe. So yeah.
Yeah,
great to have.
I saw that. There's a podcast out now. I do implore you all to go and watch and take a listen, because it's brilliant to have Jenny back. And nice to hear that she's on the road to recovery after that horrific stroke she suffered over the winter break. Jenny, I know you might be listening as well. You often tune in, I know that. I hope you're doing extremely well, and get back to the paddock as soon as possible. I know yesterday we were just coming back doing a one-off, but come back as soon as possible and make sure you are fully fit and welcome back. And amazing, absolutely amazing your story as well. As they come through, Bortoletto up to the line, and Sixth down stays in second. Luke Browning then looks like he's going to top this session. Oh, and Jenny, by the way, if we're ever in the paddock together, I'll bring a packet of bourbons, so don't worry. We will win the biscuit wars over Toby Moody, who said ginger nuts was better. I think Hobnobs won in the end, the biscuit World Cup we did a couple of years ago. Browning top there, Bortoletto, Fulleroli, Marti, Mini, Colapinto, Barnard, Goleth, Collette in 15th, Gregoire Saucy up into 6th position. Nat says, no mistakes, boo-boo. Yeah, nothing's really happened in this session. Baller on, kicking the gravel. There's one mistake for you. Adam says, good morning, Josh and Naomi. Can't wait for qualifying on Saturday. Have a great weekend. Yeah, Adam's going to be in the box with us qualifying on Saturday. Sunday's locked out, though. Gotta say, Sunday is locked out. because we've got up in the commentary box, we've got myself, Megan, Ian Birch is back with us, Josh and Omi as well, and Jess from trackside. So
I think you have Tom, and then I'm in the pits.
what, for the race?
Yeah.
What, has Tom said he's around for the race?
I don't think he said anything, but he's pinged in the F1 British GP.
Has he? Oh, really?
Yeah, and you put him. I think you put him on something else. Where is?
I haven't actually put him anywhere yet because I didn't know he did the Google Drive. No, he hasn't done Google Drive yet. He hasn't done the commentary spreadsheet yet. I said,
Yeah.
is he around? Can I put you anywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, I've tagged Tom. Damn. Thanks for that. I was meant to tag you, Omi. Thanks for checking me there. Yeah, it's supposed to be you. There we go. I must have been thinking because at the time I was writing that, I was thinking, can I put Tom anywhere? But he's covering the end of the cricket then. He's not available, so thank you for that, Omi.
Yeah.
I was wondering what I was going on about. Checker flags out then. Session is over. And it ends Luke Browning on top as they go round now into the secondary pit lane here at Silverstone. What do you make of the first session then? It's quite uneventful, this practice. The only practice that Formula 3 get across 45 minutes. A bit uneventful.
Yeah, pretty quiet. Usually the F3 and F2 practices, unless there's a few crashes. So this is usually where we start doing a podcast. So more of the talking here is more about everything else except F3. So yeah, exactly what we did last week as well. So yeah, we get another 45 minutes of doing this in the F2 practice, and then in the F1 practice we probably won't get to even speak too much because there will be a lot of interviews and a lot going on. So, and obviously we're going to mainly focus on F1. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting then. But however, obviously we do have the extra builds up. We do have the extra shows and all that going on. So I guess we get to do it then.
Yes, that was my plan as well. Although Jess will be mainly in the trackside bit. We'll be just talking with her, see what she can see. You might notice that practice starts happening on the grid for Formula 3. That's because we can't do practice starts in the pit lane here at Silverstone because it's an uphill curve. So you have to do them on the grid. So even Formula 3 and Formula 2 get to join in with F1's practice starts on the grid this weekend, which is fantastic. Usually they're doing it in the pit lane due to the time between the sessions, but everything's been thought out. We got the advantage here in Silverstone because of the light situation. We have do you know what the cut-off time is, by the way, for racing here at Silverstone? 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. We can run anywhere between 8 and 10 p.m. It's insane. Here's your session results then from the session. Luke Browning is the fastest. Gabriel Bortoleto second, Dino Beganovic takes third, fourth for Leonardo Forloroni, then Jose Riamati, Gregoire Saucy, Paul Aron, Gabriel Mini, Zacho Sullivan and Maxwell Esterson goes into 10th place. Great from him, the American on debut. Then we get Christian Mansell from Nicola Tuslo, Mackenzie Cresswell going through. Then we take Franco Colapinto from Taylor Barnard, Oliver Goleth as well, then Carl Collette, Hugh Barter, Sebastian Montoya, Maria Boyer, Tommy Smith, Nikita Bedrin. Further down on the timings, we will then see as well Sophia Flörsch, Oliver Gray, Johnny Edgar, Ida Cohen, Rafael Villagomez, Kayla Frederick, Roberto Ferrer, Alessandro Garcia right at the back. So, we will be back shortly. I think, how long is it till our next one? It's not that long, is it, until the next session? I think off the top of my head. For the second part.
Right now.
10 o'clock. There we go. So we'll be back in 25 minutes' time for all the action from FIA Formula 2. And then that'll go until 10:50. And then at 11, it's trackside with Jess. My thanks to Omi. My thanks to all of you at home. First session of the weekend done then. Up now to Formula 2 for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Next up for Formula 3, though, it will be the half an hour of qualifying. You can join us for that at 2:05 British Summer Time. Bye-bye.